Hi everybody, welcome back to Sky Factory 4, episode 19 with me, Sid, and I've been puttering around the place, trying to make some sense of things. So, I'm making a whole load of fluix crystals. If I look at applied, for example, I have got a whole load of unprocessed printed logic circuits, some printed silicon, not enough. I've got 32 of them. I've got lots and lots of bits and pieces. Plenty of that, plenty of that, plenty of that. So stuff. And my objective today is to try and start automating, not necessarily automating, but certainly getting started with moving this stuff around. Now, each one of these drawers contains 3, 6, 7, 8, and we've already established they're not picker-upable, but we don't really need to do anything with these. We could go with the old deep storage units, and part of me is tempted to go with the deep storage units because, you know, these. I'm trying to think. Deep storage units currently take, I think. Sorry, deep storage controller. I'm trying to think how many items they hold now, because it used to be 16, but now I think it's gone up to 24. Whereas these are only 8 folders each. So if we have a look at black hole, not deep storage, black hole units. Black hole units are relatively inexpensive. There is an issue, however, that we do need plastic. To get plastic, we need dry rubber. Dry rubber is from tiny rubber. Tiny rubber, we use a latex processing unit, which needs some of that going on. Again, we can probably make most of that, but we also need a... Where are we? We need a latex... Blah, blah, blah. Somewhere in this lot there is a latex... or rubber extractor thing, hoofer. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's there we go, tree fluid extractor. So we definitely need to make one of those, and we have lost myself there. We probably want one of those, and oh, it won't go in. Okay, that's fine. And a tree fluid extractor. If we take all of that, that gives me one of those. Excellent. Now I could also do with a block placer of some description. Block placer, that one, I don't know whether it requires power or not. I can't do it without that anyway. So let's have a look for an alternative block placer, shall we? There you go, we have a nice simple block placer from this thing. So if we make a dropper, and we'll do it this way because I haven't got the storage in the system to do anything with it. We'll do a bit of that, and then that will give me everything we need to do that. Right, we're going to get this outside, I think. Yeah, I'm not worried about the night at the moment. And again, this is entirely temporary. So it's always on, and we can go and grab, how many spots would it have? 3, 6, 9. It's got 9 slots for those, so we'll do 9 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That looks about right. And you can have, let me just turn you into required redstone. Requires redstone, I should say. And then this thing here will not go that way. You will go that way around like that. Doesn't appear to require power. That is interesting. Alright, let's get in for latex. So we then need the other one, the latex processor, I think it was, or whatever it's called. Let's have a look. Latex processing unit. I think we can manage that. One of them. 2 of them. one of those. Bang. Now question, does this require power? One of these requires power, I'm fairly certain. Now this, yeah, definitely requires power. Let's pick you up again then for a second. Do you require water as well? So latex tank is going to be the back. And you, latex tank, are going to output to the back. Doesn't automatically output. Okay, not a problem. Again, this is all temporary anyway right now. And it needs some juice as well. Back. And outputting to the back. Presume that will work anyway. Let's get some fluid ducts and a servo, I think, on that one. That's probably the way forward there. So let's have a look. Fluid duct, that's fine. We need a servo. Again, basic servo should be more than adequate. So let's go with that. Let's get this going. Interesting. That appears to not actually allow you to output. How bizarre. Oh, now it is. Okay. And it is ignored. Latex going into the system. Right, let's go and get a flux point, a flux plug thingy, not a flux point. Flux points, okay, not a flux plug, a flux point. Not quite. Let me make myself, nope, not quite again. Let me make myself some of that, followed by some of that, followed by some of that, and that can go away. Excellent. I don't know whether it requires water as well. Presumably it does. I mean, it has this water requirement there, but let's give it some juice. We'll take it from power, and it can just be there. And again, it's doing nothing. It definitely requires water. All right, now we've got thermal, so that makes life a little bit easier, because we should be able to go with aqueous. Oh God, what's it called these days? At thermal. Let's have a look what we got in the machine side of things, if anything. No, we don't. So we've got a fluid craft. We should have a. I know there's a thing in this that does the thing with the thing, or at least I'm fairly certain there is anyway. Energy field. Water condensator. That's the beastie. So let's have a look at you. Water condensator requires 2 pistons. 1, 2. A machine case. A couple of iron gears. Okay. Let's get some iron. I know I've got blocks in there, but that'll do. Couple of iron gears. Oh, he hasn't got the plastic. No, that's not really a problem though, is it? We can get the plastic relatively straightforward, I think, if we manually feed it some water to start off with. Yes. I had planned this episode, and now I've kind of ended up going down a rabbit hole of making rubber, so apologies for that. Wow, that goes through water very quickly. Okay, I only need to get enough of these to make 2 sheets, don't I? Which, if I remember right, let's have a look. We use you to make one of those and lattice smelter to make one of those. So I need basically to make 18, and I've got 8. So let me get those done. Back in a sec. Alright, so with 18 of those, we're going to very quickly find me a crafting table, blat up a couple of those, jump over here, we'll get that silicon that I created out of the way because I made that just in case we needed it later, and we'll have 2 of those before we can say plastic. Actually, not before I can say plastic, because clearly I've just said plastic and I didn't have 2. But, you know, we're getting there. Okay. So, with that, we should be able to do a water condensator, which will be that. Now, question. Output to the up, that's fine, it doesn't really matter. If I then go and grab a couple of buckets of the old water, that is full, but it's not. Water is from the down, and that is to the up. No, I think we need to stick another one of those in. Okay, let me get that sorted. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, that sorted it. Now we can just bury that there for the time being. Again, all of this was going to move, but right now we need plastic, so this will do its thing. We could probably use two of the... In fact, probably, can I get away with 4 of them? This is a good question. I could definitely get away with 3 of them, couldn't I? I could probably, yeah, let's just do 2 more of those, what are they called? Tree fluid extractors. If I get 2 of those in, then that'll give me 3 running off the same log. The logs will break faster, but that's fine. So, tree fluid extractor. So get 2 of those. I'll get those done. I'll be back in a second. Alright, and with that, we're now running 3 of these simultaneously on the same block. Whenever that breaks, it'll place down a log. We've only used 3 so far, and you know, it's working steadily. Now, what the hell did I want the plastic for? Oh, black hole unit. Black hole units. So black hole units are going to require me to get 3 per. We're going to need a machine case, chests, and those. So basically this is going to be running for a while. A goodly while, actually. So in the meantime, let's go and make a 1K memory cell and some interfaces, I think. 1K storage cell requires a 1K thingy, which requires all of that. There we go, that's a 1K storage cell. One of those, that goes in there, that gives me a 1K storage cell. Lovely. Why did I want a 1K storage? Oh, I also want this is something I've been meaning to make for a while, and I know we can make them. Block of emerald. I forgot every... Yes, there you go. So if I go in here and just go... now we've seen this before, we have this in Sid's Modern Life. So this is temp home. New. And then we'll head over to our the office block where we're going to be building. and we'll set that as home, because that's where we actually really want to go. Now it does consume experience, but the distances we're talking about in here, oh hang on, yeah, of course, are so minuscule as to be meaningless. But let's just set that here. Home, new. So now, if I go over, you know what? What have I got on me? Let's go down to the ME storage room for starters, and go down here, and we'll stick that 1K cell in there. Now there's nothing in there, but now it will hold things, and obviously that will hold the usual, you know, incredibly small quantity of things. But now we can just go back to temp home, and it's used a little bit of experience, I presume. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, experience costs 4, but it's very cheap. So as a means of getting to and from places, probably quite useful. So armed with that, we now need to make some... How do I go about doing this? If I go with interfaces, we need to make these. That needs that lot. Now I can make one interface and then I've gone. As it stands, we can also make, we can go to make some of these, and we're going to want at least, well, we're going to definitely need, hang on, interface, that. I'm missing logic processors, so this is where all of these extras will come in. So let me get the logic, silicon. Let me just do, I'll do about 16 and some redstone. Bang. Yeah, this is a pain, isn't it? Yeah, I can only do one at a time. Anyway, let me get these done. At the same time this is happening, rubber has been created over there, so it doesn't really matter if it takes a short while, and I shall be back in a moment. Alright, so we've got these, we've got some of this stuff, we've got these interfaces, so we are going to go to home, and we're going to straight away come down here, and I've got 5 of these units to work with. I really should have brought some blocks with me as well, shouldn't I? Damn you. Shame I have a wireless thing that I keep on forgetting about. Oh dear, I will get used to the fact that I have this eventually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your main block of machines. I don't know where I'm going to put the other one, but that's fine. So that will go there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they are going to come out like so. And for the time being, we shall place you here. And what we're going to have is this one is going to be a silicon press. This one will be the, let's have a look at that one. Logic is gold, so yeah, that's fine. This one will be calculation press, and this one will be engineering press. That's fine. I mean, realistically, that could go there, but it just doesn't autocraft. But so I suppose ultimately we do want it. I'll leave that as it's fair for now. But realistically, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here, we're going to convert you all into interfaces, and that is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think, can we give it priority? That's not an issue. Interface terminal show or hide, it's blocking mode. There's the config. Doesn't need anything more complicated than that. Just hook those together, and then what we need to do is come down and just hook this into here. Which we will do. Ooh, that's nasty. We'll do that. No, we won't. Well, I suppose we can. What we do, is we'll come down there, we'll grab you, and we're going to place you there. You're just ticking a little bit, just a tiny little bit of power usage out. That will go there, and then we'll, oh no, not quite there. We'll do that. And as best as I can tell, that should have all of those active on the system. I don't think we can really see much else about the system, can we, at this point? But nothing going on in crafting, because there isn't any, of course. And what we'll do is we shall fill you in all the way around like so. Now there's an issue here that we need to solve, but I haven't got the means on me right now, so we'll just we'll just do that for the time being. We obviously need to take the so basically this thing here, if we input silicon into there, it will appear in this slot, move across, and that will drop out the bottom. You basically can input from the back, the top, and I can't remember this, I think it's the bottom will input to there. This is why that one's the more awkward one to craft with, because it's just a pig. However, let us go back to tempo, and we'll pop this slot away for now. So if I want to auto craft, what the hell do I need in applied? It's a while. We need to be into this stuff, don't we? A crafting unit, a crafting coprocessor, and a 1K storage, and a molecular assembler. So we need one of those, which needs me to do one of those. And it needs me to do one of those, or two of those even. And that will make us just one of those we'll go with for now. Then we'll have a crafting unit, which we've almost got. Of course, I've got. Yeah, I really shouldn't have left that over there. Okay, we need to make the crafting unit, which requires that. We need to make a coprocessor, which requires another crafting unit on one of those. We need a 1K, which requires a 1K storage cell on one of those. That will give me basic crafting, and then we're going to need to make pattern terminals and things. So let me play with that. I'll be back in a moment. All right, we've got some of the basics together. Now, I don't know where I want to put this, because I don't really... Do I want to put this into here? Or do I want this kind of separated out? Now, this is, if I recall correctly, works together into a single unit. The device is offline, because obviously we're not connected in. And then what you had was, I only wanted, oh, I made two, damn it, don't need two. Let me just keep those over in there for now. What you had also was your molecular crafting unit, so like that, with say an interface like that, and that would have your patterns in it and do the thing based off the processing done by this. Now I need to go and have a look. I need some cable. So if we were to come down like this temporarily, again, this is all, this bit is temporary, this area isn't. I'm starting to kind of come together now into a pattern that I'm liking, if you like. Like that maybe. Hopefully I've got enough of this cable, because at the moment we're not automated in any way, shape or form, and it would be really nice if this just worked. Thank you. That should just work. Now that should be online. It is. That is online. Excellent. We just fill you back in down there, and that will go in like so. Okay, what's next? Yeah, we need to make patterns, don't we? So I think we need is it a pattern terminal off the top of my head? Pattern terminal. Crafting terminal. All right, here we go again. So, need one of them. I can send that and that back, and probably that back actually. Definitely need one of those. We need to make, what was it? A pattern terminal, which is a crafting terminal. So that requires a crafting bench. Got one of them. In fact, I don't really need to worry too much about that, do I? So if I want to make a crafting terminal, I need to make an ME terminal first. Where are we? An ME terminal. Have I not got any of that stuff in there? I haven't. Okay. Right. So we need one of them. We're going to need 3 of those actually, and we're going to need to make a construction, deconstruction, core, a formation, and destruction. Is it? Whatever they're called, the maker core and the breaker core. There we go. We've come up with a word for them. And what we shall do is we're going to take those. We need to go for, let's have a look. I need to make a terminal, which requires me to make those. Yes. And it requires me to make those. And then that should allow me to make that, which should allow me to make that, which should almost allow me to make that. We just need to do one of them. This is complicated. I also need a bit of that cable, because you are just going to go there, and we'll plop you on. We'll get fascias on everything out of this, but that probably won't go there. It'll move. But until we're ready, and I have made chisel and bits, so in theory, eventually we will be able to make all the things. There's our pattern terminal, and we're going to need some patterns now. If I know what pattern, I know what patterns look like. Encoded pattern. I want an unencoded pattern. It's got to be somewhere. Let's have a look. Okay, pattern. Let's get. Let's see. I need to make more of that, but fortunately, I did grind a whole load of quartz, so that should give me enough to make quite a few of those. That's here. That's fine. They can go in there. Right. So armed with all of this. Oh, that needs a cable. Applied. Blah blah blah. Cable, that will go. This bit isn't necessary for these. What we need to do is basically say, if I want to make a silicon, one of those, what I need to do is take a piece of silicon, and it would be easier if I had a piece of silicon, perhaps. There you go. So this is going to be a, hang on, Where's my processing menu options? There should be a option or button to make a processing. Let me just check this out. This is not normal. Alright, I'm an idiot. It's there. I also don't think I needed this crafting unit. I only think I need these two items. I'm not 100% certain. But so that, no, one silicon becomes one printed CPU. Bang. That comes out, and we jump over here, and we go in there, and we tell it that. And now, if we were to come over here, we can craft one of those, but we haven't got any silicon. So if I say, make me one, next, it's going to say I'm missing silicon. Fine, let's give it a silicon. Let's actually, yeah, that's right. Let's give it one silicon. Let me say craft it, and start. And no power, of course. I knew there was a bit I was missing, but that's fine. That is going to be the process to get these 4 systems done. So, for example, if I were to go and get some bit of gold, a bit of quartz, one of those, and a diamond, and then we would come here and we'll clear that, and we're going to take one of those, and you are going to make me one of those. That's the gold. That's the, now you are the inscriber logic press. That is the logic circuit. So this is that one. And then, right, let me send the gold back. We'll send the silicon back temporarily. Obviously, there's nothing in this system right now. So we can clear that one, and then we can go one of those. Makes me one of those. So that should be the calculation press, which I think that is the calculation. Yep. And finally, if we just send that back over there, we can say one of those makes me one of those. One of those. All good. And that goes in. Now this will all need tidying up nicely and making look pretty and all that stuff, but right now it does need, why is that one getting juice? Because, oh yeah, I see. So the easiest thing to handle that would be some more cable, wouldn't it? That stuff. Which, of course, we're going to require more of those. Oh, God, here we go. Let's have a look. I need to make more fluix crystals then, don't I? I think there should be some processed into the system somewhere. Let's go and have a look. In fact, send that back as well. Right. Yeah, book. Depot. Okay, so I think we should have 64. That's good. And what we wanted, well, and there already, that's why it's not showing any. Okay. So if I want to make you, I need to make some of that, which is going to be 2. That'll do like that. We'll make a 2, 3, 4. That'll, sorry, I'll have the rest as well. Put those back in, and we should be good, I think, to go back over to home. And with a little bit of luck, not if, well, With a bit of luck, hopefully not too much. Now, will that then... See, these used to... let me go and get some... I want one of you. I want one of you. I would like a diamond and some gold. And some gold. The other thing is we need to bring this back in. Now, there's a couple of ways to do that. One is, of course, is a I think it's the import. If we can find where are we? The import bus there. So that pulls it in. We may even be able to make some of those. Now, the other way would be to have one import bus and some hoppers. So we could hopper all the way down here to say here, and we can have an import bus there pointing back in, and that might be a more sensible way of doing it, because we don't really need to worry too much about that other than things. So I need a ME import bus, one of those please. Oh, and then we need some hoppers, and I need 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I pop I'm just going to use that for time being, and we'll pop you pointing in there. You can point over there, and then you two can go that way. Oh man, this is going to be awkward. We'll do this like this. We'll pop the import bus there, a little bit of cable there, and then we should, hang on, we should be okay to close that off. Now, if I go and put those items in and say I would like a silicon and no co-pressor, okay, so it does require that. I thought it was all 3. You know when you're sat there and you're wondering about these things, it would make no sense when you consider it that to have... Right, now let's try it. And start. And it does its thing. It's powered through. It pops in there. And it doesn't drop out. That doesn't work. Okay, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to close the window because you can hear talking outside. Back in a sec. Alright, I had a change of plan. I did a little bit of research. These output to the sides of all places. So I suspect if I can do, and I don't know I can do that with a little bit of that and that. And then what we need to do is just hook the whole lot up like that. Now what I would like to do, because that's background, I'm just going to take those out for a second, and I'm going to hide all of this away. With this, just so it looks a little bit... I may leave the cabling exposed on this because it actually doesn't look half bad, especially when you do that. That gives you quite a nice little interesting machine setup. I could do with just dropping off some of this temporarily, and I would like to take you out. Let's test out, let's craft me one of those, please. Done. Bang. And gone. Excellent. Craft me one of those. And then craft me one of those. We need some more CPUs. So, yeah. That, I mean, we've only got one crafting CPU at the moment, so we're not going to get a huge amount through this system. But that works. However, the look and feel of these definitely need some work. Would really like some even shaped spaces. Now, I'm very tempted to take this window out. And just go and grab some more cyan clay. Because, and I think actually this window, we don't need all of these windows. I can always put windows in here if I want, you know, it's not like I'm married to the idea of windows on the corners. And then what we can do is we could go with one of the, we could basically start here, go 1 2 3, and go 1 2 3, and then have one into middle, 1 2 3, and then 1 2 3, and then that'll give me enough space for a whole load of these 1K co-processors. They don't need to be near this, that's not an issue. So in theory we could probably come from here, but let's go from here all the way across here. And we'll come up the middle. Like that. And then we just got the max to worry about. But that in itself is not a biggie. You probably won't, I'll probably brick this side off. So yeah, that's a thing. And we can take you. Pop that out. We'll worry about lighting a short while. 1K crafting unit, coprocessor, and then we'll stick a torch there temporarily. So that would be that. Then you'd run another one down there. I might actually, I think, drop those back a little bit. Have we got any more terracotta here? Little bit. So that would then come back like that. Oops, nope. And then you would have one there and one there and one there, and then like that. And what we can do for temporary is do that, pop that there, and we'll get that kind of going in there, and that will give me a whole load of crafting CPUs. That means we can take out these boxes, these blocks here. That will still needs to be sorted, but again, it's a minor concern. And we also need to automate that. But that gives us at least the means to press stuff. I don't know how long I've been recording. I'm just going to check that one out and go back to the storeroom over the other side. I think we'll probably take these flower beds out in the long run as well, because I may do something similar on that side for other store. Well, we've got quite a lot of bulk storage to put in here, and in fact I think I'm going to take all the windows out on this level. I don't think they're necessary, and in the case of that window we actually end up with a rather nice little recessed space again. So yeah, that's the thing. Oops, like that. And then we'll worry about what to do here. I may put some windows in there and maybe over there. I'll kind of work that one out when we get to it. Let me check how long I've been recording. I shall be back in a mo. Well, the long and short of it is way too long. So what I am going to do is I am going to end this episode here with, that's my screenshot. I will, in between episodes, get a whole, well, 1 2 3 4 5 more of these crafted and wired in. We'll look at this one in a bit, but again, this is a thing that is suited to a 3x3 area, so probably over here with, you know, that wall and a wall down there. I don't know exactly yet how I'm going to do that. But the other thing I'm going to need to concentrate on is these black hole units. So I'm going to try and make a load of those as well, because you know, we've got a lot of things being stored here, and these need to be, and these can, well, again, these want to go in black hole units. I don't really need them like that. So all of that, and then we've got other stuff which is bulk. Some of this, a lot of this stuff in here isn't bulk storage. We don't really need massive great storage, so I may even use some filing cabinets for those. But there is metals, all of this stuff, and then obviously we need to start thinking about moving these machines over. So I will make a whole load of black hole units. We should have, well, I say a whole load. We should have enough to start making quite a few. There's two items we're making with the black hole units. There's the black hole units, which are the storage themselves, and there's the black hole controller. Now this uses this. Now we're going to have to get pink slime. Pink slime requires me to get pink slime from industrial foregoings and smelt it in a smeltery. Pink slime we can get from pristine blue slime matter, or from killing a pink slime. I don't know how else we're going to do that, because I haven't seen blue slime spawning anywhere. So how I am going to handle that one, I don't know. There has to be another means of getting this pink slime fluid or pink slime, but I just don't see it. Pink slime. Maybe I may hold fire on the I may hold fire on the actual thing hoofers, just to for the time being. But yeah, anyway, that will do us. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.